Okay, Charles LeBlanc here. As we all know, the media is very, very busy, and the small media we have here in New Brunswick is going to continue to be busy, focusing on the flood. Of course, they're not going to talk the reason we had the flood, that all the clear cutting that's going on in New Brunswick. Now, a few people on the street told me, Charles, will you stop talking about clear cutting? I said, who cares? Nobody pays attention to what I gotta say anyway. But they say it's important to save those few hundred jobs we have in this province. Now, a lot of people never travel around the province like I have been doing the last 4 or 5 years. You travel, you see these huge trees being carried by log trucks. The log trucks are just coming from all over the place. That is what we see on the roads. Inside the forest, the Irvings built huge dirt roads. It looks better than the old pavement road we have around this province. And at night, they're just going and going. I remember we went in Mount Pleasant, and then we went to St. George. We came when it was dark. There was 3 log trucks just waiting, and it was 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. And I forgot exactly the words they said, but nobody see them at night. Nobody hear them on the road because they're in the roads in the deep woods. Now, the only way, the government behind me is going to say, well, what we're going to do is form an inquiry and form a committee to study the reason that we have so much flooding. Who's going to be on the committees? You got it. Irving employees or UNB professors, and they're going to say, well, there's no evidence to prove that clear cutting is the cause of all this flooding. But guess what? They can't stop it. They can't control what's coming from the skies. So what's going to happen? It's going to rain, it's going to snow, and every year you're going to see floods and floods and floods and floods. It's going to be terrible. Nobody be able to afford the insurance. Everybody's going to abandon their home. Then they'll all apply for housing if they're lucky. But one thing that's scary is Denis Landry. See, Paul Robichaud and David Alward got together and they signed the Forestry Act a couple of months before the last election, or is it a couple of weeks? Now, Denis Landry, he was the Minister of Natural Resources when the Liberal came in power. Now, what happened? I asked Denis Landry, are they going to re-examine the forestry deal? What did Denis Landry say? It is very complicated. It's a very complicated matter. Sure, it's complicated because the Irving lawyers will bring the government in court for breaching the contract. And one of the condition I hear is very simple. Going to give $500 million or $1 billion to the Irvings if the government don't let the Irvings clear cut the forest for the next, it was for 25 years, there's 21 years left. If the Irvings are not allowed to clear cut, what they got to do? They got to give the Irvings, the taxpayers, $1 billion. Now, what's going to happen? I get distracted here, I'm sorry. Up north, you see all the trucks. Up north, you have media. You got l'Acadie Nouvelle and Radio-Canada, and that's it. I remember me as a blogger, I was doing videos. Everybody was all upset. What is a blogger? No. Is he a journalist? Of course not. Then they say, well, he only Radio-Canada or l'Acadie Nouvelle should be allowed to complain. So right now, as we speak, people are starting to wake up because the water is only up to their soldier. Can't pronounce the H. It's only up to their waist. There, how's that? And then people are going to continue crying and crying. Then the Irvings are going to realize people are waking up. because they're going to start drowning. And right now, they're clear-cutting and clear-cutting and getting worse and worse and worse until the people say enough is enough. But a revolution in New Brunswick? Nah, people are too chicken shit.